This is a response video to my Final Fantasy XIV mailbag video where I was answering comments and questions that you had. I was wrong about one certain issue, which was the copy-paste environment for Final Fantasy XIV. Now, Romagus was kind enough to explain to me what the deal was. And I'm sorry, Romagus, if I'm not saying your name right. I think that's how you pronounce it. And even with his explanation, I wasn't entirely sure what he meant at first until I went and looked it up on YouTube, and then I saw the video that illustrated what the problem was very clearly. So what I thought you meant was that Square Enix had copied certain elements from one area to another. For example, like having having the same monsters within, different areas, but skinned differently or named a little differently, or I thought that was the kind of thing people were complaining about. Sorry. What you really meant was that certain environmental elements like trees and boulders and lakes and rivers and stuff like that were copied and pasted within the same area. So, example, you take one boulder, it's a certain width and dimension and color, whatever. Copy, pasted, not even that far away, just over there. And just left like that, not even turned around or different angle or resized or recolored or nothing. It's just the exact same boulder, just way over there. And that's what the problem is, and that happens a lot within the same area. Gridania is absolutely horrible for that. And once the stuff is pointed out to you, you can't unsee it, like Rome just was saying. And now I'm walking around Final Fantasy XIV or Erzea, and I get a sense of deja vu all the time. Yeah, thanks guys. Just kidding. But it's a little funny, but at the same time it's a little sad as well. And the first thing that comes to mind when you see something like that is Square Enix is being lazy. No, I followed Square Enix for quite a while, and in my opinion, what I think the real issue was is not so much laziness as maybe running out of time, not having, the time frame that they needed to complete this game. And I felt that the game was rushed when it first came out. I was in the beta, and I thought I was one of those people that were convinced that what we were seeing in the beta wasn't everything, that once the game launched, there was going to be a lot more content and stuff for us to see, and there wasn't. And it was really, really disappointing. I mean, I still love the game to bits, and it's, to me, my perfect MMO. However, I can't deny that things were rushed. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious. And that's just one of those things that illustrates that points that out. And it's a shame. I think it's a real shame. And either they didn't have enough time to finish the game, they should have taken at least another year or 6 months to polish it off, or I think a year would have been really good for this game, but whatever. And I think maybe perhaps they spent too much time in the concept stage. Maybe the concept stage just took way too long. When people are sitting around saying, okay, what are we gonna do? Let's draw some sketches, stuff like that. Maybe that took just too long. That's my hypothesis of what might have happened with this game. Yes, other than that, what did I have to say about that? I think that's about it. So now I totally understand what you guys are saying when you say copy-paste environment. I hope that in the next expansions that, the areas are designed differently, that they're going to take more of their time. I mean, obviously they're not pushed for a deadline now. Well, they kind of are to fix things. But once that's done, hopefully they can, have some really good designs for the new areas. And that, the thing that's really bad about this is for explorers. If you're the kind of person that doesn't really use your map and you use landmarks around you in the game to center yourself, to tell you where you are, you can't really do that in Final Fantasy XIV. It's very difficult because the landmarks are all the freaking same. Yeah, I used to do that in Final Fantasy XI because the maps weren't that great. And now I use I've used the maps in MMOs for so long now that I just kind of just go to them first. Before looking around the environment, I go and look at the map, and I think this is why I missed this issue, because I'm a very visual person usually, and I am an explorer. However, and this whole thing's taken a huge hit on my pride, I swear. But and I miss it. I think it's because I'm so used to using certain UI tools like the map, and I think I'm gonna try to use the map less often and try to you know, center myself with how the game looks, how the environment is staged and stuff. See what happens. I'm a little scared now knowing, you know, about this whole copy paste thing, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's basically what I have to say about that. And that's a huge problem. And I really, oh, the question that was relating to that was, do you think that they're going to fix this issue, basically? So they've hinted, or they've said that they were going to redesign Gridania at least, which is you know, probably the worst offender for this. And I think it goes hand in hand with the Garlean Empire attacking Gridania, and that's going to basically change the look of it, you know, having paths bombed out and stuff. They're going to change the layout and stuff. So hopefully that fixes the issue, and that's what their meaning is changing the whole copy paste thing. I'm hoping that's what it is, and I'm hoping that they're going to do that for other areas as well, because it's not just Gridania that's that has this problem. Okay, so and that's about it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Whoa, I drank pots and pots and pots and pots of strong black coffee, trying to keep my sleepy soul awake.